Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here with, I don't even know what I'm going to call this at all because I'm never prepared. I should probably just call this whole channel Never Prepared because that's pretty much the thing. But what I'm talking about, or should I say babbling about, I can't even say babbling, is Helloween and the Keeper of the Seven Keys. I was actually reading through some stuff, scrolling the interwebs here, and I saw that, because I'm a music nerd, because I'm always looking for music news and stuff and facts, and that's just what I do. I can never know enough, even though, it seems like I know a lot. I can never know enough. There's so much I don't know. But one thing I do know is that because I read it today, is that it's the anniversary of Keeper of the Seven Keys. It was released in 1987 on this day. Of course, this video is probably not coming out until the day after because I'm really slow at doing them sometimes, so very possible it'll be the anniversary was yesterday. So whatever day this actually ends up being, it's May 24th, the day I'm recording this. So apparently this came out in 1987 on May 4th. That's what I read. But whatever, sometimes that stuff's wrong, but I'm going to talk about this album anyway because I love this album. This band opened up so many doors for me. I remember the first time I saw, or say it was on Headbangers Ball, so I saw and heard the song Helloween for the very first time. I was mind blown. I had to go right out and buy this album whatever day it came out, because it's weird because I think they only released the single off it was Future World. I don't even think they released Helloween as a single, but they definitely did a video for it, and I remember watching it many times. But this album, it was the first. They'd actually had a couple albums out before this, or one album and an EP, I believe it was, and they added a new vocalist. Kai Hansen had been doing all the vocals, and they actually sang pretty good, I thought. I liked his voice, Ride the Sky, come on. And they switched vocals to Michael Kiske. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. If I'm wrong, correct me, whatever. That's how I say it. But anyway, it's kind of like, and I know people are going to argue with this point, but I'm going to defend my point here. It's kind of like, for I think a lot of people, the start of power metal. And I know it's probably not the first power metal album ever made, but I think this is the album that got big and opened up the doors and eyes and ears of a lot of people. It was for me, when I remember listening to this, I thought it was very inspired by Iron Maiden. They had a lot of that. You can hear, power metal and Iron Maiden stuff, so it was the early stuff before this. Run to the Hills is pretty power metal-y, but I don't think people consider Iron Maiden a power metal band, but obviously Helloween, took it to a different level. Big, huge choruses. Iron Maiden's not known for big background vocals, whereas, Helloween added a little bit of that, and most of the time more than, I keep saying Iron Maiden, but there's other bands that were doing the same thing, even Accept could be thought a lot more, but I think this is the one where it really started for a lot of people. It's that European style. They have that different flavor to it than I think American bands do, and I just remember watching that video for Helloween over and over and over again, thinking I had to get it. Like I said, I got this album. And I remember putting it in for the first time, and, it's got the little intro to it and, initiation. But when I'm Alive kicked in, I was like, this is I thought this was even better. I had never heard a song like that before. And it just man, I was living in a new world. I just kind of remember the first time I heard Metallica, and I was like, what? I kind of questioned, what was going on with that one. With this one, it kicked in. I was like, holy moly, this is unbelievable. And of course, then A Little Time is actually along that same road there. It's a big epic type sounding song. Even Twilight of the Gods for that matter. And then it was the first time for me I'd actually there's like I keep bringing up Maiden because I hear the influence of Maiden and this stuff, but they had some slower songs. But A Tale That Wasn't Right was probably for me, like first time I had heard I don't want to say a power ballad because it's not really a ballad, but it's a slower song that had a lot of power to it. So, not like the REO Speedwagon who claims to have written the very first power ballad ever. This was like a powerful song. I know Metallica had that as well, but this one's a little different and it had a lot more melody in the singing, obviously, a lot more range going on with the guitar work, because they do a lot of harmony, solos, and they trade a lot of solos and stuff in here. And then, of course, I bought the cassette of this, so I would flip it over, and Future World, come on, Future World, the song, come on, that song's great. I mean, well, it's a sing-along song too. There's this big, you just raise your fist in the air and just have fun with these songs. But the epic Helloween, the song, this wasn't the version they played on, Headbangers Ball. This is 13 minutes, 18 seconds long of, progressive power metal. I mean, you can say it's not progressive or whatever. I think it is. It's obviously power metal. It just opened my eyes to what you can do with music. Not meaning that you can write power metal. It means you can pretty much do anything. It'll open up my eyes as to like you can take whatever ideas you have and just expand them in any direction you want to go. This band just happens to do it this way. Other bands, can do it other ways. They've mixed different genres. This one was kind of mixing genres and kind of creating one of their own, I think. And of course, Follow the Sign, which actually for me was the weakest song. Just a little outro thing. This one, 1.5 minutes long. I don't know why bands do those intros and outro type things. They don't really do much for me. But, when you think about it, the bulk of this album is only like, 6 songs? So, really, it's only 6 songs. So, but the impact it made, I think, was huge. I love this album. In fact, I listen to it every now and then. This is one of these albums that just, this one and, part 2 also, but, the anniversary is part 1, so that's what we're talking about here. But those 2 albums were great. Loved them. I still listen to them. I got the new Helloween thing they did, the United live thing. Love that. But still, and then everything Michael's done, I followed. Still getting all the Helloween albums. I've just kept up with this band. I really like these guys. I think they're still holding true to what they do, and I like the fact they went out there and shared all the vocals. I thought it was cool. I know some people didn't like that at all. I thought it was cool. But anyway, I'm really excited to hear what the new album's going to be, and I'm ready for that. But this got me kind of excited, obviously. I was a little more energetic talking about this one than some of the stuff. This is what I love. This is why I do the channel, to talk about music that I loved and inspired me, and people should go back and check out and, maybe have overlooked, and newer people that don't really know this band. This is the album get. Start here, get part 2, and then go anywhere you want after that, quite honestly. They had some really goofy ones in there too, but start here, and you won't be disappointed, I don't think, anyway. And actually, they have they've expanded this one a few times. There's like bonus stuff and whatever. There's a couple of different re-releases they've done on, with this album. So get one of those too. Get some bonus stuff while you're at it. But anyway, feel free to leave your comments, whatever you want to say about Helloween, if they inspired you. If you don't like them, whatever. I'm not sure why you're here listening to this if you don't like them, but that'd be really weird to listen to a guy babble about a band you don't like. But anyway, if you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. If you don't. Please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, because it actually does help. I don't really care about monetizing or any of that type of stuff. I just do this for fun. Whatever. I'm going to do that. I talk about music, whether it was going to have this channel or not. So this is just another fun way to do it. So like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, as I always say, because I really can't wait to hear the new album. And until then, we'll see ya.